Hi there, hope you're doing well. Today we're making Ghana Jollof using my go-to method. Simple steps, clear flavor, and a result that always comes out right. Join me and let's get started. And here's everything you need for our Ghana Jollof rice. I have here some fresh tomatoes, red chili peppers, onions, scallions. I've also got some red bell peppers, ginger, and some garlic. And then also some little tomato paste just to boost some flavor. And for herbs, we'll be using rosemary and parsley, simple, fresh, full of flavor. Let's get started. Okay, to begin, I've got my pan on medium heat. I'm adding some chopped onions. We'll let them cook until they're soft, fragrant, and lightly caramelized. This should take about 3 to 5 minutes. The aroma will start to fill your kitchen. That's when you know it's ready for the next step here. And next, I'm adding in the tomato paste. Don't be shy, the more the better. This is what gives the Ghana Jollof its beautiful color and deep, rich flavor. So we'll fry the tomato paste for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring regularly. So frying it like this cooks out that raw taste and brings out that beautiful sweetness, caramelized flavor that makes the sauce really, really delicious. Now I'm adding in my blended mix of onions, garlic, a touch of ginger and scallions along with rosemary and parsley. This is all about building layers of flavor here. The ginger will add a subtle aromatic kick while the herbs give the sauce freshness and depth. So we'll let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally so all the flavors meld together beautifully here. And friends, with your jollof rice, you have to be intentional at every step. Otherwise, you could end up with a dish that tastes off or flat, and I know we don't want that. The key is to build your flavor gradually, starting from the base with the sauteed onions and fried tomato paste, then layering in your blended vegetables and herbs. Each step matters because the depth of flavor comes from cooking thoughtfully and giving each ingredient its time to shine. So I've added my blended mix of tomatoes, red chili, bell pepper, and some bay leaves. Now let it cook down until most of the water from the tomatoes is gone. So remember to stir every now and then so it doesn't burn. This will also thicken the sauce and make the flavor really strong and absolutely delicious. Checking back on the jollof stew, it's looking beautiful and the aroma is amazing. Just look at that rich color. So we'll give it a stir and we'll let it cook a little longer until most of the water is gone and the sauce thickens and darkens a bit more. And this is how you want the stew to look at this stage: rich, thick, and vibrant. Now it's time to add your seasonings. So we don't want to add them too early because the spices could burn and turn bitter, and we do not want that for our stew. So I'm using simple seasonings like curry powder, salt, and chicken seasoning, but you can adjust to your taste. And adding our seasonings now help complement the base of the stew and brings out all that delicious flavor. So I'm just going to let it darken just a little bit more, and then it should be ready to receive the rice. And friends, this right here is perfect. This is how I like to make my jollof and get that deep, rich color. This is how I like my sauce, very darkened. And now it's time to add the rice and mix it in very well with the sauce. I'm using jasmine rice, but you can use any rice you prefer. And once the rice is well mixed in with the stew, we're going to go ahead and add some water, just enough to cook the rice, not too much. It's always better to start with less. You can always add more later if needed to reach your desired texture. And knowing your rice is also perfect because some types need more water and others less. The safe approach, however, is to add a little at a time so you can control the texture and avoid overcooking your rice. Rice, so taste for seasonings and adjust as needed. So we'll bring the rice to a gentle boil over medium heat here. And to ensure the rice cooks properly, I check back and give it a gentle stir here. The rice is coming along nicely, so I'll then cover it with some foil or parchment paper to trap that heat, which will help the rice cook faster and more evenly. Next, I'll check back on the jollof rice again, and this time I'll add in some corned beef and mixed veggies. This step is totally optional, but they add a lovely boost of flavor and make the jollof even more satisfying. So I'll mix that in gently, then cover the pot and let the flavors melt beautifully. And at this point, the jollof should be almost ready to serve. But if your rice hasn't reached your desired softness, just sprinkle a little warm salted water and cover again and give it a few more minutes. Repeat this step until the texture you're looking for is just right. Just like that, our Ghana Jollof is ready. It looks amazing. The color is deep and rich and the grains are fluffy and the aroma is everything. My camera quality is not doing justice, but guys, this looks amazing. This is exactly why I like making jollof. When you take your time, build the flavors properly, and pay attention to each step, the final result always pays off. And friends, if you try this recipe, let me know how yours turns out and what little twist you add to make it your own. And if you enjoyed cooking with me today, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really does help the channel grow. Thank you so much for spending time with me in the kitchen. And until next time, stay safe and blessed always.